All right, guys, thank you for joining me tonight. Appreciate it. Again, a double header. I know a couple weeks ago, right? I said that I wasn't going to do double headers anymore, but I have to admit, I was feeling like shit. I don't know. I was feeling tired. I wasn't feeling up to it. So, anyway, how do we look? How do we sound? Nice. Very good. All right, guys. Appreciate it. Appreciate the following. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down. Uh, Whatever floats your boat. But yeah, so anyway, guys, I felt like shit earlier, like about a month ago maybe. And I was like, I don't want to do fucking live streams or double headers. Oh, Buren's in the chat again. He's hanging out with us. Uh, Buren, what time is it over there? It's got to be late, man. Right? Yeah, it should be. I don't. You know what? I'm not even gonna play myself. Buren, what time is it over there? Just curious. Thank you, great man. So yeah, guys, again, sorry about last night, man. I ran into fucking problems, and I just, you know, my night was ruined, and I ran late for the other one, and the problems that I ran into were, wasn't an emergency, but it was sort of. So like, depends on how you look at it. Uh, it's early. It's four a.m. over there. Holy shit! All right, thank you for hanging out with us tonight, then, especially. But so anyway, guys, just after the first bullshit went down, I was just like, I wasn't in the mood to do this one. So it's like, fuck it. It is what it is. So I do apologize for not being on last night. 8 hour difference. Bonnie Swinson. Very good. All right, guys. So we're going to talk about what we're talking about tonight, guys, is the segregation. Obviously, we're seeing that. Fighting the system. 160 San Francisco sheriffs are fighting back. Governor Cuomo being gone. Robin from Batman and Robin is now bisexual all of a sudden. And then interstate vaccination travel. Those are the subjects we'll be talking about tonight. So, let me start out by saying, guys, thank you for joining me tonight. Buren, I got your message on Skype. Uh, we should be doing. We need to do another live stream. We need to do a bunch of live streams together. Actually, fuck that. Not even like a couple. I got to get down with a bunch of you guys again because listen, shit is getting real, and it's just one side, guys. It's content. The other side is we need to develop a plan. Now, the plans that we need to develop, what's happening, what's going on, will not be discussed on YouTube ever. So we need to come up with a meeting point. Someone said Robin was always gay. Yeah, Robin had the feminine hipster body, so it's not a surprise. But the fact that they made an icon like that gay is stupid. Uh, I mean, like they're trying to they were toying with the notion, guys, of making Captain America gay. Captain America. If they were to make Captain America gay, I'm 1,000% sure I'd be at Marvel Comics headquarters burning it to the fucking ground. Right? Anyway, uh, Soshi, Jesus, thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate it. Thanks. I appreciate that. Thanks a lot. Right. So anyway, guys, it's enough already with this fucking LGBT signaling shit. It's all right. We get it. They're gay. Okay. Woo. But to make every character that way, I think it's a bit much. It's overboard. But nonetheless, they're doing it. So whatever, and that's why I stopped buying comics. I stopped buying comics a while ago because they ran out of good storylines. They just had shitty storylines. So with that, guys, I should stop buying them. So anyway, segregation, guys. High-profile restaurants around New York City. We're going to start with New York City. Uh, Union Square Hospitality will require staff and indoor diners to get vaccinated to eat at their restaurants. Washington, D.C. wants you to show proof of your vaccination starting September 7th. Now, here is the solution for that, guys. Don't go to the restaurants, right? Don't go to the restaurants, and that's that. David Lee, yeah. Well, listen, Black Widow being bisexual makes sense. Sorry, jumping off the subject. We're gonna get into that a little bit when we talk about comic book characters. So, David Lee, bring that up again a little later tonight if you're still on. We'll talk about that. But Black Widow makes sense, and I'll explain why she makes sense and Robin doesn't. Anyway, vaccinated bars, guys, or restaurants are popping up in Seattle, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Philadelphia, Oakland, Boston, Atlanta, Boulder, Colorado, St. Louis, and New Orleans, guys. So these are vaccinated only bars and restaurants. So if you are not vaccinated, you cannot come in. Well, that's sort of the same thing with the restaurants here, guys. Now, they are making it that you have to be vaccinated to eat at these places. So now you are causing what? Segregation. So now I'm 1,000% sure. Sunset, easy pass for the vaxxed. What are they? Is that an incentive, or do I have to be vaccinated to have an easy pass? And Janet P. Exactly. Boycott those restaurants and bars. Simple. Or we come out with our own hangout spots, guys. We come out with an unvaccinated, bar. Or let's not sink to their level. Just have a bar. Fuck it. You're unvaccinated. You're vaccinated. Who gives a fuck? You have a fucking third nipple. No one cares. Come to a restaurant and bars. This is where you're hanging out, right? Because the segregation, guys. We just went through uh, alleviating segregation back in the 60s and 70s, right? Early 70s. Sorry, we went through this shit already, but now we're going back into it. The Jews went through this shit. They had stores that said no Jews allowed. They had stores that said no blacks allowed. They had stores that said no Chinese allowed, no gays, no Polish. People forget about them. They were fucking hammered as well, right? No Irish allowed. We had all of these segregating moments in American history, and we're going right back into it by telling people you can't eat here. There's a problem. A huge problem, guys. So, uh, I mean, again, the whole segregation thing that I'm reading off here because this is the stuff I researched throughout the week and shit that popped up during the week. Uh, lost for words because it's insanity. Billy the cab driver, I will definitely begin getting on that. Absolutely getting on that. I'm gonna buy a ham radio and then get my license really fucking soon. But I'll get to that a little later tonight. But guys, a growing number of private companies are also requiring workers to participate in human medical experimentation or forfeit their jobs. So, no shot, no jobs. CNN did this already. Google, Twitter, Lyft, Uber, Saks Fifth Avenue, the Washington Post, BlackRock, Ascension Health, Netflix, Walmart, the Walt Disney Corporation, and Morgan Stanley are telling their employees they have to be vaccinated or they lose their jobs. There's no happy medium. Now the crazy shit is, guys, the CDC hasn't mandated their own people to get this, and I think the health department also didn't mandate this for their workers, but yet we are. The regular people, the private businesses, are mandating their people to get the shot. A little strange that one's doing it but not the other. Skywalker, Skywalker, the Skywalker. I've said that numerous times, but somebody countered my argument by saying if you want to practice, you're gonna need one. Fair enough, right? Fair enough. Dave Lee says send spam to the Angry Preppers food banks today. Nice one, because I would absolutely use those fucking spam cans as target practice when I go up to my buddy's land upstate. So, guys, PayPal. Now listen to this very closely because I talked about it in the Angry Prepper live stream. Listen to this very, very closely. PayPal is vowing to block transactions and cancel accounts held by extremists and anyone endangering at-risk communities, which could include about anything, including anti-vax rhetoric. So, if you are an anti-vaxxer and you are spewing rhetoric, PayPal gets wind of it, they can block your account and hold your funds. They can hold your funds up to 180 days, but it has been reported by a few people that they've held onto it up to 6 months. So when you get money into that account, you immediately put it into your bank account. Now, if you run into this problem, guys, this is just a heads up. If you run into this problem with PayPal, you can do a reverse transaction, which is a refund. Let the person get their money back, and then have them pay you through another source, another way, and that's how you get your money back. Right now, yes, guys, I'm getting rid of PayPal as well. So there's a PayPal link on there somewhere. I'm deading them. I'm getting rid of it. I'm not going to use them ever again. I'm going to shut all my accounts down after what they did to a gamer. Now they did it to a gamer on for another reason. Don't know what it had to do with, because the shot wasn't out yet. So wherever they did that, they did. But after reading this article about what they've been doing or they're planning to do, you know what? Fine. Someone says you're a bitch. You a bitch. It's you're a bitch. It's like you are a bitch, not you a bitch. You're going to call somebody a bitch. At least learn how to speak English. Uh, what's your name? Artesius? Whatever, dude. I mean, what up? Snipers unite. Who keeps blocking you? No one's blocking you. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Whatever. That's another problem I can't handle right now, guys. For some reason, YouTube's going on an overdrive with fucking blocking accounts. Comments. Whatever. You a bitch. It's you're a bitch, not you a bitch. Anyways, forget about the English lesson. It's not the point. So, guys, um, segregation, right? So again, guys, you're running into, some of you are running into this problem with your family members. You're running into the segregation with your family members because your family doesn't want you to come over. They don't want you to come over because you might not be vaccinated. Or this is another problem that I'm starting to see, which I find this very interesting. Your parents don't want to get vaccinated. They don't want the shot. Sorry. You don't want the shot. You guys are on the same page. But now you are hanging out with your friends being cavalier or just living your life, which you're supposed to do. But your parents are like, whoa, you're hanging out with X, Y, and Z. We don't want you over here because you've been hanging out with those people and they could get us sick. So there's been that kind of segregation as well, which is very interesting, guys. Very interesting. They're out on the vaccine, but they also don't want to hang out with their kids because their kids are partying it up or doing whatever. So that's another form of segregation that I'm starting to hear. Haven't seen it yet, but I'm hearing it. Now, CNN Don Lemons, guys. You guys know how I feel about Don Lemons. Don Lemons is one of those guys I wish would get testicular cancer or ass cancer. You choose. He's a bag of shit. He is the worst fucking piece of shit to live on this planet because he has a platform, he has a stage, and he uses it to turn Americans against each other. This is why he needs to go by any means necessary. You have a platform that big, you're supposed to be unifying the country, but instead, he's sitting there dividing the country more and more every day. He needs to go. That guy is a bag of dicks. Right? And so, with that, guys, I don't know much more to say about him other than uh, he says that the unvaccinated should lose their privileges to buy grocery food, should lose privileges to fly, should lose privileges to the driver's license, and going out to theaters and restaurants and things like that. Now, interestingly enough, guys, a bill came out, and let me look for it real quick because this is going to go hand in hand with what I also talk with next. So HR Bill 4980, it is involving Homeland Security making sure people who are unvaccinated do not fly within the states and out of the states. So, to boot, guys, they want to have travel restrictions on the unvaccinated. And you know what happens to us, guys? The people who don't take the shot. Vaughn, thank you for that. You know what happens to people who don't take the shot? You get on put on a no-fly list, guys. An American citizen on a no-fly list because he chose not to get the shot. There's a problem. So anyway, you need to be fully vaccinated to fly, and this is a bill again, HR 4980, that they're trying to pass. Right now, it's in the introduction stage. Sorry, uh, there's not much more on it. There's no PDF on it yet, so they're still drawing this up as we speak. But guys, what do you think that's going from there? Right? What do you think is going to happen after that? Well, you know what's going to happen after that. This is going to happen after that. Biden saying that this, sorry, Biden administration is discussing mandating COVID-19 vaccine for people to travel across state lines. So people are like, well, I just won't get on a plane, I'll drive. The rebuttal to that was the White House discussing mandating the vaccine so we don't cross state line, guys. The bill was introduced this week or early this week, guys, and then Biden discussed that yesterday. You cannot tell me they're not up to some master plan. This is very on the level, guys. If on their level, if they are quickly coming up with solutions, well, they're like, this is the White House executives. Well, guys, we're going to prevent them from flying. So here's a bill, 4980, HR 4980. Here's the bill. Well, what if they just drive? Well, come up with a fucking plan for that. And in a week, not even a couple days later, they came up. They're discussing it. It's not in play, but they are discussing this. This is bad. This is bad on a level, guys. Now again, on the Angry Prepper channel, I said when they push our backs against the wall, some shit's gonna pop off. So here we are, guys. We are headed. It's spiraling out of control really fast, really fucking fast. William Ashley, exactly right. He says it's odd that because vaccinated people can still transmit it, people with organ and immune irregularities don't produce antibodies, or they are short-lived. Interesting. So, guys, that is a new form of martial law. Martial law is telling you, well, you can't cross state lines because you're not vaccinated. Matter of fact, we're going to take that piece of shit Don Lemon's idea, and we're not gonna let you shop at a supermarket. You're going to have to order your shit from the supermarket. And a lot of you guys, I'm going to tell you right now, Rockstar Prepper was one of them. He was like, well, I just don't walk into the supermarkets because I'll order it online. Ordering it online is a pain in the dick. I don't give a fuck what planet you think you're on. You order some shit online, whether it's Walmart, Amazon, it sucks, guys. And they're going to make it hard for you to order online by fucking up your orders on a regular. Do not be mistaken, guys. They're doing everything they possibly can to make life hard for us. Right? And if we come up with a solution, they have a solution as well. Because they are listening to what the fuck we're saying. They're watching what we're saying. They're looking on YouTube, guys. They're watching our fucking phones. They know what our plans are. So if we have an ultimate plan that needs to be discussed, we should not put it on here. We should not be talking about anything other than what we've been talking about and nothing else. Fuck these people. They're trying to head us off at our own game, but we're going to be smarter than them and we're going to win in the long run. It's going to be a rough road. Robert Miller, exactly. Like I said, guys, they're going to make it super hard for us to do a lot of shit. Super hard. All right, 20 minutes in. Okie Rebel, You live in, I would say, a suburban area, right? So the Walmarts there are a little better, but the Walmarts here are not bad either. But the what you call Instacart, for example, the Instacart employees here, they fucking suck dick, and they fuck your orders up every chance they get. But guys, to make it harder, they will. So yes, you order from Walmart all the time, and you're not having a problem now. Talk to me in a year or so when they mandate that you can't go in because you don't have the shot, and then you start ordering. I can guarantee you they're going to be fucking your orders up moving forward. Mike Smith, I've been listening to your, you know, you emailing me about that. Mark, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. Listen, guys, a lot of the stuff I've already known about. Some of the stuff that I hear from you guys might be a little out there, but I still listen to it. You know, and I take everybody's emails into considerations when I read them. I don't read all of them, unfortunately, but I read a lot of them. Okie Rebel, you live in Oklahoma. Like I said, if you think that this is not going to be a bigger problem, I don't know what to tell you, brother. But you're you're missing what's going on, and you're missing the point. Florida is going to fold, undoubtedly. Texas is being attacked from within. They might fold. They're going to fold them, guys, and they're going to back us against the wall, and that's when all hell breaks loose. Guys, I don't know what else to tell you, but it's not going to be as easy and dainty as you think it is. The hard times are coming. I've said this before, and it's going to get extremely fucking hard. It's going to get mentally hard. You're going to be browbeaten. You're going to be fucking pissed off. Damn near every morning you wake up, because every morning you wake up, you look on the news, and what is it? Oh, you guys should get your shots. Oh, the vaccine works. Oh, the vaccine doesn't work. Oh, the vaccine works again. Oh, this study said it worked, but this study said it doesn't work all the way. Every fucking day it's the flip flopping game from multiple parties. It's as if they're trying to confuse us on purpose. Honey in North Carolina is now. I hate when that fucking happens. Wow. Cherokee Survival said honey where he lives is now $21.99. Last year was $10.99. Whoa. Like I said, guys, I had mentioned before what we might have to do is we might have to start our own little based food community or something like that to feed each other because they're going to make it hard. And then even then, they're going to fucking make it hard as well, guys. So again, a fight's coming. It's not going to be fucking all dandy and fine. If you guys think that, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Get your head out of your ass. Put your fucking take your rose-colored glasses off. I don't know what to tell you guys, but it ain't gonna be as fucking easy as you think it is. You know, and saying that it'll never happen here, I would have never thought we would have ended up in this situation this fast, but here we are. And I have known about this happening, but I didn't think it would happen this fast. I thought we had time. Apparently not, man. They moved that timeline up probably about 10 years, right? Because the total takeover was supposed to be in was supposed to start in 2030 and then be completed by 2040, 2050. They started it now. They moved the timeline up on us. But nonetheless, this is where we are, guys. This is where we are. Segregation. All right. So now, fighting the system. Let's see. Where do we go with this? 160 San Francisco sheriffs, police officers, a deputy, sorry, are threatening to resign over the vaccine mandate. So they don't want to they don't want to take the shot. I get it. I understand that. That's very, very, what you calling them? Now, their work, I don't know what their workforce is. I should have looked into it actually. But 160 guys in the San Francisco Sheriff Department, guys, sheriff departments are normally smaller than police departments. So 160 guys leaving, that's a huge fucking that's a huge hit if all those guys leave, plus more, right? So that's a big problem. Many of the deputies, Sarah, thank you for the donation, appreciate it. Many of the deputies would resign if they enforce the vaccine mandate. But the problem is San Francisco was super strict with the vaccine mandate because they mandated the city to do the same thing. To partake in society, you have to be mandated to take the vaccine, or you will be terminated. So they, sorry, San Francisco, they mandated their city workers, sorry, to take the vaccine. If they don't take it, they get fired. So it's like one or the other. But the deputies are fighting back, and the percentage of them, like I said, sheriff departments are normally smaller. Not always the case, but normally smaller. I know the LAPD's sheriff department is pretty big. I think they're the biggest sheriff department actually, but they're not a police department. The LA police department is fucking huge. But sheriff's department is small, so 160 could be a nice little dent if they walk. Now, if they retire, those guys are talking about seeking employment somewhere else. Again, you have to think about it because seeking employment and another law enforcement agency, they might require you to take the vaccination. So you have to plan out your exit strategy. You can't just leave. You need an exit strategy before you bounce. Now, here was a good thing. Thank you, Lake Ferry Prepper, for bringing that up. I appreciate that, guys. A large percentage of the population on this planet do not want the shot. They don't trust it. Why don't they trust it? Because they're looking at what's going on. So now, if everybody, not everybody, but if a large percentage of people from around the world who speak different languages, different cultures, are all seeing the same thing, something's up. Right? That's all I'm going to say. So there was a bunch of nurses too, guys, that were fighting the system out in Texas, I think it was. Right? They got fired from their job. I think it was like 45 of them or something like that. They got fired. They tried to sue, but they lost the lawsuit. Nonetheless, they gave it a shot. They are in the appeal process right now, which means that they're going to have a Senate bill an anti-vax mandate was passing its hands. Well, that's good, Night Raven. That's good, but I think Texas might is going to be attacked from within. So we'll have to wait and see that one. But I hope that they stand strong. But I see Florida folding, guys. I don't see them staying as strong as he came out fucking like full speed ahead, but he it looks like he's ready to crack, man. They're breaking him. They're fucking going after him. So guys, it wasn't a 45 or 85. It was 150 employees at a Houston hospital. It was a Houston Methodist Hospital in Texas. They went ahead and they sued, and they lost, but they're in appeals now, so they could get it back. Guys, increasingly the amount of jobs now are requiring you to get the vaccine. So the unemployment rate is undoubtedly going to go up, but unemployment benefits might not. I said this in the Angry Prepper channel. Unemployment benefits, guys, right now, you might not be getting it if you get fired for not taking the vax or the shot. Sorry. Right? Because their ideology behind it, guys, is well, they gave you an option to take it. It was free, and now they're telling you you have to take it. But if you opted out on it and they fired you, well, then you went against your company's policy. Therefore, they don't have to give you unemployment. We got to see where they go with that, guys, because it's bad. That's bad shit. Not withholding your unemployment because you don't want a shot or something in your body that you don't need. So I will be doing a live stream next week on no unemployment for you. That's what one of the subjects are going to be about. I'll get into it next week's live stream. All right, guys. So next subject we're talking about. We're going to talk about crossroads and hard decisions ahead. I touched on this in the Angry Truths channel. Art Music, man. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. Psychological technique. All right. Sorry about that. I was looking at something. You're going to be faced with an impossible decision soon, guys. And it's going to, like I said, it's going to tax you mentally. There's a couple of decisions that you're going to have to make. The one is your job. right? If you don't take it, could you lose work? And if you lose work, are you going to get a unemployment? All right, so there's that to think about. There's that to contend with. Then, if you don't give it to your kids can't go to school. But now you have to homeschool them. And some states might make it very hard for you to homeschool your kid if you don't get them vaccinated with that bullshit thing. So, guys, you're going to have to come up with a solution. But coming up with a solution this fast in this short amount of time is going to be mentally taxing. But nonetheless, you still have to think about it. You still have to come up with it. You still have to. You have to say, "Fuck! I need an exit strategy. I need a plan." Simone, yes, universal basic income's coming, but I think that's going to be for the vaxxed only. I do not see them giving that to the unvaccinated. I wholeheartedly think they're going to hold that over people's heads too. They're holding everything over our heads, guys. Why not that? So, like I said, you have to have a plan for your final decision. Again, you can't just haphazardly leave. You can't just pull your kids out of school. Some states, guys, if you don't have your kids in school, they will throw you in jail. Now, yes, you can fight them tooth and nail. You can fight them forcefully, but keep in mind, guys, certain states will throw you in the goulash, if you will. So Johnny 30806 says they will mandate it. Now here's the thing, guys. That's the one problem with the insurance companies. The insurance companies, to my knowledge, for every time I read up my insurance, they never ask if you had if you ever vaccinated against anything. Never ask that. Certain places are starting to say that they can, and not and legally they can't, because they've never done it before. They can't do it now. What they might do is levy a higher premium for you to pay, but I can't see them opting you out if you're not vaccinated. I really can't. And that's a logistical nightmare for them to handle anyway. That is more paperwork for the insurance company to handle. Insurance companies don't want to handle a lot of paperwork to begin with. So to turn around and sit there and say, well, if you're not vaccinated, you can't be insured. You got to prove it to us. They don't want to deal with that shit. They wholeheartedly don't want to deal with that shit. So I don't see them uh, making us do it for that. We just fucking fought tooth and nail to get fucking universal health insurance for everyone. Now we're gonna dial that back to make sure everyone's vaccinated. That one I don't see. I mean, listen, I wouldn't be surprised, but I can't. I don't see it happening. JMD, like Johnny said, by I'm gonna say, guys, by next week it's going to be passed by the FDA. The FDA is going to approve it. They're playing this game right now, guys. The FDA about approving it. They're playing this game. They're sitting there in their chairs. They're like, yeah, man, we already passed it, but we're just gonna hold on to this for another week or so, and then we're gonna, come out with our fucking $5,000 suits and get all this shit printed out behind us, and we're gonna do a little press conference, and we're gonna mandate it. We're gonna say that it was passed, and we're gonna give a nice little speech, and then yeah, we got this under control. Oh, Johnny, you're right. They don't care about HIPAA laws, but if I'm not mistaken, they have to abide by it. But a lot of guys keep saying that the vaccine is a HIPAA law thing. According to a couple of lawyers that I read on, it is not a HIPAA law because it's a public emergency or public pandemic. It's not like having cancer or AIDS, where like AIDS, you can't spread it by coughing on somebody, and you definitely can't do that with cancer. That's personal. But with the vaccine, they can ask you because it's a public health crisis. But then again, Johnny, like I was saying, I don't see them passing that because they've never asked if you were vaccinated for anything else. So this is the vaccine they're going to start with. They're going to they're going to pigeonhole themselves by doing that, or by saying, oh, we need to make sure you're vaccinated against this. They've never done it before, and then they changed the program to do that. That's going to present a lot of lawsuits. So they have to be very careful, and they know that. Right, guys? So again, Will I be surprised if they do that? No, I will not be surprised. But nonetheless, man, you know, uh, I could definitely see it happening. Now, guys, here's the other thing, and I told you guys, a crossroads and a hard decision, and deciding what you're going to do with your kids in school, what you're going to do with yourself. Making a plan before you leave, before you pull your kid out of school. But some of you are going to have your backs against the wall, and you're going to have to take the vax. Period. I know a lot of you on here are not for it. I know a lot of you on here don't want it. But unfortunately, some of you guys are going to have to go down that road and take it. And if you do, because your back's against the wall, do not feel like a sellout. Don't. This is something you had to do. This is something that if you felt like you didn't have a way out, and they were going to take money from you, and you had to feed your kids, and you're already on a shoestring budget to begin with, and you're already struggling, and now you're going to fucking lose more money. That might be your out, guys. All of us. All right. Fair enough. Okie Rebel, and exactly that you and I and a couple of us are in that boat. Yo, we'll go down fucking swinging. But there's some people that just can't. They just can't do it. I mean, I'm in a better position than some, but there's some people who are in a way better position than others, and there's some people that are in the absolute worst position of their life, and now this shit's falling in their lap, and they have to do something about it, and they might have to take it. But like I said, if you wind up taking it, guys, you're not a sellout. You're just doing what needed to be done. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise that you sold out. You did what you had to do. Now, for those that took it earlier, let's say a month or two ago, 3 months ago, and we're talking all that shit last year about not taking it, fuck this, I'm never gonna, they're gonna have to hold me down to take it. And then you went ahead, uh, not being forced, willingly, to stand on the line for 2, 3 hours to get this fucking thing, this shot. Those are the people who sold out and were talking shit. There were a lot of people who did that shit. You're not gonna get me to take it. Fuck that. You gotta hold me down, man. You gotta put me in a headlock and I'll take it. And then and then you stand online willingly, no one pressuring you to take it. Well, you sold out. You were a shit talker and you sold out. Yes, Bjorn is right. Bjorn said, unfortunately, guys, a lot of us are gonna live. We're gonna give up a comfortable life. We're gonna live where we're gonna give up this comfortable life, and we're gonna be headed towards fucking chaos and anarchy. And for those of us willing to give up our comfortable lives, we already made that decision for us. But Bjorn just said in the chat there that it's not going to stop with the vax, guys. This is not it. They're not going to sit there and be like, whoa, this is all we wanted to do. Just wanted to make sure you guys were taken care of and given a shot. That is not the case, guys. The case is they're looking at this as a test run to see what else they can get away with down the line. Because the only reason why they're pushing this so hard is because there's something else down the pipe coming that could probably be worse. Probably. But I don't know what that is. There are people who are saying they know what it is, and I'm going to call bullshit on that. But nonetheless, I don't know what it is. So whatever it is going to be bad. Now, moving on to a lighter note, uh, just remember, guys, don't feel like you sold out if you take it, and don't take the free donut for it either. Uh, but don't feel like you're a sellout. You had to do what you had to do, and that's what you felt like you had to do. Then you did it. It is what it is. You can't pull it back. But I'm gonna tell you something right now, guys. Once they get you to take it once, you are gonna be dependent on the booster shots, guaranteed. All right, guys. So Yeah, Jose. Yeah. No, I look like shit. I look tired, but whatever. I'll get some sleep. Thank you for that, Jose. Thank you for pointing that out. I am tired, but I'll muscle through this and then I'll go lay down. So, a lighter note, guys. Governor Cuomo was gone, but the lady stepping up, I can't, Catherine something or another. I think it's Catherine or is it Susie? I don't know. I really didn't look too much into it, but all I know about her is that she is super progressive. She's going to make New York City a hell of a lot worse. She's going to do some shit, guys, that will be inviting Cuomo back. Please touch all the titties and ass you want. Just fix the New York City, like that kind of shit. I heard this bitch is bad. We are kicking out the devil we know to get the devil we don't know. All right, now, um, here's the problem. Governor Cuomo was bluffed. I said this in the Angry Prepper live stream. He was bluffed. As soon as he steps down, guys, they are suspending his impeachment process. Interestingly enough, they said that they said that there was overwhelming evidence against Cuomo, but instead they're suspending it, which means, guys, there was no irrefutable evidence. There was no overwhelming evidence. There was none of that. They bluffed him. He resigned, and now they're suspending it, and they won't move forward with it because it'll ruin his political career if they do. This is what they said. Yet they went after Trump even after he was out of office. So again, guys, double standards all the way around. But nonetheless, with Cuomo's situation, he was bluffed and he was bluffed out of office. He fell for their bullshit lie because it was all a lie, you know. And now he's out of a job, but it doesn't matter. I mean, the guy was an asshole. So the one side of me looks at this as karma, with karma coming back to bite him in the ass. So he had that. He had it coming. Listen, guys. I don't know. The Cuomo situation is very interesting too. This other side of it is that people from all over the country are emailing me about Cuomo being out of office. They're texting me. Sorry, they're texting me. They're emailing me articles on this shit. And I'm looking at. I'm like, well, why do you care? You're like in Arkansas, like people in other states were happy he was gone. That's just crazy to me. Like I can care less what happens to a governor in fucking Oklahoma. I can care less. But people were pretty vested in this one. So yeah, Godmom 14. He did resign. He collects his pension, but his pension's 50,000 a year. Who the fuck can live off of that? I thought he made more than that. But apparently, if that's half, right? When you quit, you get half your pension. So he was making 100 grand a year. I thought he was making more than that. Yeah, Son said he gets a salary for life. So do I. I get my salary for life when I retire too. But I think I get more than he does when I retire, which might be in the next couple weeks. All right, guys. So we have 13. My bad. 1,200 people watching. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down, whatever floats your boat, whatever makes your dick hard. Just do it, ladies, gentlemen. Helps with the algorithm. Leave a comment in the comment section below. That also helps as well. But anyway, guys, enough about Governor Cuomo and his bullshit and him falling for the bluff. Robin from Batman and Robin. I can't believe this. I can't believe that they're making him bisexual. Wonder Woman was bisexual, right? Mike Smith, I think I do. If I don't, please text me. If you have my number, just text me. Wonder Woman's bisexual after years of her not being bisexual, which I'm like, okay, whatever. Then Black Widow. Now, someone brought up Black Widow being bisexual. The reason why Black Widow was bisexual, guys, because she was a super spy, right? She was a spy, and she slept with women and men alike to get close to them, to kill them, right? That's why she was bisexual. Made sense. Wonder Woman, not really. OF Nation, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it, guys. Right? So, all of a sudden, and listen, guys, I'm going to tell you something right now. The LGBT community, they're sick and twisted with this whole comic book shit. Because for a while, and you can Google this shit for yourself. Matter of fact, guys, for anything I say, you can Google this shit. But you can Google this shit. They were trying to make Batman gay. They were trying to say that Batman and Robin had a sexual relationship and or a there was another term they used, not sexual, but another term where they were flirting with each other. And that there was one comic book where Robin was laying in the bed or was sitting in bed with Batman, and they were trying to make Batman gay. And the writers were like, "Where the fuck did you guys see this? It was just a kid." Batman took Robin in when he was young. It was just a kid in the bed with Batman talking, Bruce Wayne at the time, talking about like X, Y, and Z, and they tried to make him gay off of that. So now it seems like their hand was forced, and now they got a fucking gay Robin running around like Tinkerbell, tink tink tink, I'm gonna fucking hit you, like really. And Robin, out of all characters, you could have came up with another fucking character. If I'm not mistaken, there's 3 or 4 Robins. One Robin became Nightwing, and I thought Nightwing was bisexual or gay at some point. I can't keep up with the shit anymore. I really can't, guys. They made Iceman from the Marvel Comics gay. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And then they were talking about making Captain America gay. Like I said, guys, they would have made Captain America gay. I'd have been at the Marvel Comics Studios burning it to the ground. Fuck them. Because you're getting carried away with making characters gay. Period. There's no reason to make Robin gay. There was 0 reasons. Why? To appease the gay community? As if they don't have enough and everything given to them. Now they want comic book characters. They want more gay characters in movies now. We want the guy to dance around and prance and, like, come on, guys. Enough already with this fucking LGBT bullshit. We get it. The gay community exists. They're gay. Good for them. Them and a bag of dicks. Congratulations, guys. But now they're overstepping. They've been overstepping for years. I don't want to say not overstepping. But listen, believe it or not, guys, there are people in the LGBT community that are tired of the LGBT community doing the shit they're doing. So when I heard that shit, I was like, oh, man, that's pretty fucking cool, man. And I thought, I said, that's cool that they're gay people against the gay people and their bullshit. Again, making Robin gay. Why? Gay Muppets on the. You know who they made gay? Well, I don't know if he was gay. Remember Gonzo? Right? So Gonzo from the Muppets, the kid Muppets, right? So they had the baby Muppets or the kid Muppets, and then they have the adult ones, the ones we watched. When my son was born, my oldest son, who's 23 now, when he was born, they had like the baby Muppets come out, right? Now the baby Muppets, they have their own show. I didn't know it was still on, but nonetheless, Gonzo goes to a party and he has a dress on. So keep in mind, guys, Gonzo's a boy. So now Gonzo goes to this party and he's a princess, but no one knows who he is. Which the stupidity behind that episode was like, remember the princess who showed up? Motherfucker, you're the only blue guy with a dick for a nose at a party. Who the fuck are you hiding from? But nonetheless, he had a dress on and he was a princess. And he goes, and so at the end of the show, he goes, guys, the princess with the blue dress on, it's me. And he turns into a fucking princess on TV, and I'm like, what? Muppet Babies, thank you. And I'm like, what the Thank God my kids are not small enough to be watching that shit, because I would have fucking lost my shit. But anyway, guys, again, the LGBT overstepping everything. Why the fuck are we? And I'm gonna go here with this guys. I'm gonna turn this into a race thing in a bit. A quick race rant. The black community, all of us, have been wanting more black characters on TV shows and things like that for the obvious reasons. When you grow up, there's a certain thing about it. But right, so we wanted black characters on TV, and we weren't getting it. And in some cases, we were. Right, TV shows like Good Times and Sanford and Sons. Right, there were black characters throughout growing up. But then, when you wanted them in like puppet form, they could, oh well, how do we make a black Gonzo or whatever? All right, so you don't do that. But then the LGBT community steps in and they go, hey guys, we want everything to be gay, and people fold like cheap suits and make everything gay for them, everything. Guys, I mean, like, it's fucking enough already with the fucking gay community wanting everything for them. The black community couldn't get fucking any Muppets, black Muppets, if you will, but they made one a transgender, Gonzo. That was fine. I'm so annoyed because everyone thinks that the LGBT movement is like the civil rights movement. When I heard them compare the civil rights movement to the LGBT movement, I was 1,000% sure I was going to punch a motherfucker in the face because there is no comparison. The way gays are treated in this country and the way blacks and or Native Americans are treated in this country were two totally different things. And one is not has nothing to do with the other. Your plight for fucking doing what you want to do behind closed doors is not the same as me walking out in the street and getting shit thrown at me because I'm black. Not the same. But yet the gay community try to compare their shitbag movement to the civil rights movement. Bullshit. Anyway, enough with that rant. Cause fucking enough already with their stupid shit, man. Really, it's just enough. And people are like, oh, why are you so homophobic? Why don't you eat my fucking ass? I'm not homophobic. I'm tired of the fucking gay community wanting everything for themselves and fucking just destroying everything that is. Come up with a new fucking comic book character that's gay. Come up with an awesome comic character that's gay. Don't make Superman black. Don't make Superman gay. Don't make Captain America gay. The Flash is not bisexual. Robin is not bisexual. Batman and Robin never had a thing in bed with each other. Stop trying to make everything fit your shitbag narrative. If the gay community, the LGBT community, is a sexual community, they should not be pushing sexuality or things they do behind closed doors on the kids. Period. When I grew up, the gay community, and this is the older guys that I respect to this day, the older guys in the gay community were like, we want to be left alone. What we do behind closed doors is our business. And I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. I'm like, you know what? They're fucking right. That is their business. But now, the younger generation is telling us, you got to accept us or else. You better make Gonzo into a dress and Robin swinging from fucking a leotard and kissing dudes on the way down. You better make that happen or we're going to boycott your shit. Fuck them then. Let them boycott your fucking your comic book guys. Making Robin gay is stupid. And the crazy shit, guys, is the comic book industry has been tanking for the last 20 years. And they're continuing to tank it into the ground. Anyway, guys, it's enough already with this fucking LGBT movement. I had enough of them. People are like, oh, you're homophobic. No, I just had enough of them. I had enough of their crying bullshit. They sound like fucking Marys crying about every fucking thing they don't get their way. Anyway, with that, guys, it's I'm pretty sure there are gonna be some gay people on here. You're so homophobic. I hate you. I'm like, all right, lady, or dude, or ma'am, whatever the fuck you want to be called. But anyway, guys. Yeah, Kat. Listen, like I said, you know what? Like, I don't support the gay community. Like, I'm not saying that I won't support them. I just don't subscribe to them. Like people like I support everything they do. I don't support shit they do because I don't care. It's not my fight. Like when people say, "Well, do you support this movement?" No, I don't support that movement. It's not my fight. It's not that I don't, I don't like them. It's not that I'm homophobic. I just don't support their movement. I'm not gonna see sitting there in a fucking protest somewhere like, yeah, man, no, that's not my fight. My fight right now is the fucking the mandate on the vaccine. That's my fight. That's why you're gonna see me at some shit. It's not my fight that fucking comic books don't have enough black characters. I can care less. You're not gonna see me out there protesting that shit. It's not my fight, so I don't support that movement. So yes, I don't support the LGBT movement at all because it's not my fucking fight. It's not something for me to care about. I don't lose sleep over it, so I don't care, right? But it also doesn't make you homophobic. But the problem with the LGBT community, again, is why I don't support them. It's like if you don't support them, you're homophobic. This is where we go. We went from, man, if you don't stand by us, you're homophobic. All right, then I'm homophobic. Such is life. I will get by. Yes, God, Mom. All right. All of a sudden, SpongeBob was gay. Peter Pan has been gay. But Peter Pan had a thing for Wendy, if I'm not mistaken, right? Is that the chick that he flew with? He had a thing for her. So, but then he also had a thing for the Lost Boys. Anyway, I'm not going to go there. But Peter Pan, like, they try to make him gay because they try to make connections. Like, listen, guys, the LGBT community are thugs. I'll be the first to tell you this right now. They are thugs. They sat there and forced, what's her name? She was a cutie pie when she was younger. Jodie Foster to come out. They were forcing her to come out as gay, and she didn't want to come out as gay. Everybody knew she was gay, and no one cared. But the LGBT community were forcing her out. And if you will watch her acceptance speech, forgot which movie, probably 7, 8 years ago, she came out on the stage then. But she came out, and if you listen to her speech, it's because the LGBT community were being thugs and forced her to fucking come out. What's his name? The gay guy with the white hair on CNN. Oh shit, the hell's name is like on the tip of my tongue. They forced him to come out. He didn't want to come out, you know. And they were like Andrew Cooper, right? And they were forcing him to come out. Who else came out that didn't want to come out? Somebody from the Backstreet Boys. The LGBT community was breaking their balls about you should come out, you should support the community and show us that you're for us. And they're forcing all these people to come out. And then what? Anderson Cooper, not Andrew. Thank you. Anderson Cooper, right? They forced him to come out. They were breaking his balls. Well, if you are about the LGBT community, guys, if you're about the LGBT community and you're about oneness and you're about you shouldn't care if I'm gay, then why the fuck are you forcing your own celebrities out in the open? The LGBT community is a bunch of fucking hypocrites and they're thugs. And again, I'll be the first to say, I will fucking absolutely go to a fucking war with any one of them in a debate. Because I will destroy all their bullshit narratives that they're pushing, guys. All of them. And I can guarantee you I can get gay guys from my age range and older that'll fucking sit there and argue with this new age gay bullshit. Easily. Because they're fucking thugs and they're forcing people out for no goddamn reason. But anyway, guys, enough of that rant. And the next thing on the, before we go off, we got a couple minutes before we go off the air. Interstate vaccination travel. I spoke about this on the Angry Prepper channel. I'm talking about this now. Apparently, guys, Biden is discussing whether or not they should make us get inoculated to travel across state lines. I think I spoke about that earlier. Right? Now, again, guys, that's part of segregation. But how are they going to track us? Now, I know how they're going to do it, but like logistically, how are they going to do this? Right? How are they going to sit there and tell us you can't go to Jersey, for example, which, guys, Jersey is like a mile ahead of me, right? If I look out the window, I can fucking see Jersey. So you're going to fucking sit there and tell me that I can't go to Jersey because I'm not vaccinated? How the fuck are you going to enforce that? Lizzie, right, they can't enforce that. How are they going to enforce that? That's like an impossible one. Unless you do some Hitler-esque totalitarian bullshit. How are you going to... Buren, sorry, man. Thank you for joining us tonight if you are leaving. Thanks for stopping by both of them. I know it's early for you. Thank you. Right, guys, so how are they going to fucking force this upon us? Where are they going to get across the line? I get across Jersey. How are they going to scan me? You know, I mean, like, how the fuck are they going to scan any of us? I don't understand how he would even pitch that idea. You're going to put cops at every state line border? Dude, a lot of states have multiple ways in and out. You're going to put cops at all of them? And then even then, you're going to have us pull over? Or you're going to scan our tags? You're going to scan our tags and know he's not vaccinated or he's not registered in the vaccination system yet? Is that how you're going to do it? Power book. That would be interesting if that's the case. That would be interesting if that's the case. Online subscriber, but I don't see them doing checkpoints. I mean, it would be impossible to do checkpoints. You can't stop every car. You would create an absurd amount of traffic, and we already have traffic problems around the country. So now you're going to create more traffic to stop people to see if they're vaccinated, and then what? Sunset. Okay, that makes more sense. Easy pass, vax travel. Maybe that's the case. Maybe they're going to ask me in a couple weeks, am I vaccinated? I'm going to tell them no, right? And then what? And then they pass the state line thing. Then what? The Easy Pass is not going to allow me to pay to go across a toll? Like, how the fuck are they going to work that out? That's insane. I mean, guys, it's insane. It's insane. So I might be doing a video on this as well, especially if I get more information on it. But as More information, meaning how they're going to tackle this. I don't see them tackling this as well as they thought they were going to tackle this, guys. But I don't, I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, like, let's say, like, guys, again, every morning I wake up, I'm less and less American. But yet the borders are wide open. Motherfuckers are coming here unvaccinated, and that's okay. There was an idiot on my Facebook page, well, I don't know how we're fucking Facebook friends, but said we were a nation of immigrants, and now we're a nation that hates immigrants. First of all, fuckface, we're no longer a nation of immigrants. We are a nation of American citizens. We are American citizens, and a lot of us have been here for fucking centuries. A lot of us have been here for decades. Therefore, we are now an American citizen country. We are no longer a nation of immigrants. We were built on the back of immigrants, yes, but we are no longer there. But you could say that about any other nation on this planet, guys. A lot of nations on this planet were built off of immigration. People moved around the world to different spots in the world. And now, in those countries, you need to have a way to get into that country. You need to have papers. You need to have authorization. So now, how the fuck are we not supposed to implement the same thing here? Because we don't want to be overrun by fucking immigrants. We don't want hundreds of thousands of people just marching into this country. And so now we're less American for saying so. What's going on, Southern Boy Prepper? Right? So now all of a sudden we're un-American for fucking not wanting non-Americans here? That makes any sense? We don't want fucking 20,000, 30,000, 100,000 more motherfuckers here who are not going to contribute. And even if they are, let's just say half of them contribute, the other half isn't. But we're un-American for that? We're no longer a nation of immigrants, guys. People need to get that bullshit out of their fucking head. 86, that idea, it's gone. We are now a nation of Americans. We are motherfuckers who have been here for centuries, if not decades. This country is wants to keep the bad guys out and the bad people out. And we are also saying, here's the other thing, guys. Liberals hate to hear this. We don't want them coming in here fucking haphazardly. We want them coming in here through a system where they're being recognized and they have prerequisites to get here. And then once they're here, they're given a lot of amount of time to become an American citizen. That's all we're fucking saying. No one's saying that we don't want them here. We're just saying that we want them to come through legal means. That's it. But for whatever reason, liberals, like this asshole on the Facebook page, is like, we should just open the borders. I'm like, then open up your home. I was like, you know what, Betty, that's stupid? Leave your fucking door unlocked. How about that? But anyway, guys, it pisses me off that fucking people think that this country border should be open for fucking people to come in and out as they fucking please. Motherfuckers are not vaccinated, yet they're blaming the unvaccinated for spreading the virus, but not the motherfuckers they're letting in the border fucking, again, haphazardly. Smoking the Bank 95. Nice one, David Lee. All right, guys. I'm sorry about that rant. I'm pissed off about the bullshit. Like, it's liberals. That's a knack for the liberals, guys, to piss you off. It's insane. They have a knack for it. They're like, yeah, we're gonna piss off as many people as we can without fucking stupidity. But we're so stupid. We're like fucking lemmings. We'll believe anything fucking that asshole with Alzheimer's on stage says. Northern Girl, I'll be contacting Chris Sky. My strike came off, so I'm back to just a warning. So I will definitely be reaching out to him. Thank you for reminding me. Other than that, guys, we are at the 1 hour and 4 minute mark. Thank you for joining me tonight. Mods, thank you for doing what you do. Guys, thank you for the donation. Again, you guys, I like when you guys do the double header thing. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool that you guys hang out for fucking 2 sessions, man. But other than that, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me. And see you guys in the next video. Next video and the next live stream next week.